In this example, we're making a solution of acetone, and acetone has a formula of CH3COCH3. In fact, it actually looks like this: CH3 C double bond O CH3. We don't need to know this to answer this question. I'm just showing you what it is. We're dissolving this in 22.3 grams of it, and we're dissolving it in enough water to make 1.25 liters. So the way this is worded is very much the way that you might receive an instruction in the lab. So imagine for a moment that we would have a flask that is a very precise, it doesn't look very precise, but a very precise vessel. And let's pretend that it would have a mark on it, and that mark represented exactly a volume of 1.25 liters. Okay, so the idea here is that we have a solid 22.3 grams of my solute. Okay, and I want to make a total solution of 1.25 liters. And so to that, I add a little bit of water, and I swish it around until it's dissolved, and then clear, and then I add some more water till I'm very close to the mark, and then I add the water very carefully dropwise until I'm even with that mark. So that's why this question is worded, what is the concentration of this solution after you've dissolved this much solid in enough water to make 1.25 liters? So we're very careful in chemistry to say that we have not added 22.3 grams of this solute to the flask and then added 1.25 liters of solution, liters of water. Okay, that would be incorrect. We add water until we have a final volume, and that's key for concentration, because concentration, and I'll do it out in this question, but I'm not going to do this sort of detail in the next few that follow on the videos. Concentration is equal to the number of moles, and this will be review for most of you, of my solute. Okay, your solution has two parts, solute and solvent. So it's the number of moles of my component solute per liter. So in 1 liter, not of solvent, but of final solution. So what is the concentration of this acetone solution? What is the molarity of acetone in this solution? So whatever I get as an answer here, I would say that it's that many molar acetone. Okay, so clearly we have to find out how many moles of acetone does 22.3 grams represent, and then what is my final volume of solution. So I like to do this continuing on as just one line. So let's lower this a bit, and we'll use our periodic table to calculate the molar mass of acetone and convert it. So I'm working on the top of this equation, so I have 22.3 grams of CH3COCH3, and I know that 1 mole of it, because I have a molecular formula and I can figure that out now. 1 mole of it is 58.0798 grams. So you can see that this is going to give me the number of moles, so I've satisfied the top. And that's all over my volume of solution, final solution in liters, in liter units. So in this case, my final volume is this many liters of solution. And so my concentration then of acetone in this solution, or the concentration of the solution in terms of acetone solute, dividing that through, I get 0.3099, but it's 3 sig figs, so I'm going to change that to 0.310. Now capital M, because that means moles per liter, CH3CO CH3. Okay, so remember that this M is moles per liter. Those are my units of concentration, and I call that molar. So that's the answer to that.